if we don't do it right, especially on Sunday when we take it down, it won't go back into our storage locker. So Mel Clark, who is in charge of this at the moment, has kindly agreed to help us by demonstrating how to put up a tent, take down a tent, roll and unroll the coax. But this is going to require a lot of physical effort on your part. You have to get up out of these seats and go out into the lobby by the front door, and that's where the demo is going to take place. And then you got to come back here and listen to my dulcet tones, because I have some really good jokes for you tonight. This is an announcement for people who are watching the live video stream. We're sorry you're not going to be able to watch this demonstration, but everything else will be video streamed. So take a break, have a nice glass of water, cup of soda, coffee, whatever, and stay with us, though, because the rest of the evening will be live streamed. Thanks. Okay, folks, here's your first test. What do you call Irish furniture? Patio furniture, yes, all right. We have no more calls. We have a winner. However, that means we get another one. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. Yes, we have another winner. No more calls, please. All right. This is a great group of hams. Okay, somebody's been looking at my website. All right, Yogi Berra, as you know, is one of my favorite quotesters. Now, you know, there's a lot of talk around about living in the present and all that sort of stuff. But here's what Yogi had to say about that. He said, the future ain't what it used to be. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. And the other thing he said that's going to apply later on tonight, that Mike, WA8AHZ, is going to get you to work together on a project which is going to be the demonstration of how we're really going to do things on field day. And Yogi said, I want you to pair up in 3s. Okay, a few of you got that one too. All right, we usually start our meetings by introducing ourselves. And we go around the room with a name and call sign, so I'll start. My name is Bill, W2WCM.
Ray, KJ4CNN. Bob, W4RIX. John, KM4TIN. Again, W3D. Brendan, KM4HRR. Rachel, KW4DG. How do you work this thing? John, A3US. Kirk, KM4JLA. John, K4YNA. John, KD4CH. James, K4CPC. Gene, KM4SJ. John, K1NME. Ross, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Zulu Foxtrot. Cedric, WA2FCD. Mike, AS9D. Forrest, Rebecca, KM4, RPS. Lee, KM4, John, KM4, Forrest, KM4,
Okay, did we miss anybody? We have at least one newcomer. Cedric, welcome to the Vienna Wireless Society. Would you stand up and just tell us a word or two about yourself? Well, welcome to the club. I hope you'll find us a friendly group. We're an eating club with a ham radio problem, which you'll find out about. I think this club coined the term calories per QSO. So we'll see what that means. All right. Okay, the next order of business is the approval of the minutes from the 25th of May meeting. They've been posted online on the website. Some of us have even read them. Does anyone have anything they want to say about any improvements or whatever to the minutes? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Ray, thank you very much. Do I have a second? Thank you. Oh, we have several seconds. That's great. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Thank you, Mike. Any reports from any standing committees? I didn't think so. All right. John, the food standing committee. Let me make sure I understood that. You have some utensils, eating utensils? And you're going to bring them to field day? Did I get that right? Okay. Did the food team find out, know about that? Yeah, thank you. Please bring them. Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you, John. All right. Treasurer's report. I have talked to Terry Lowe, our treasurer, who is not here tonight, and he tells me the club finances are in great shape. If you want any particulars, please come see me after we finish here, and I'll be glad to fill you in with more numbers. I just don't want to announce it to the world. Mike, K4CDN, you want to say anything about field day at this point? No. Okay. And WA8AZ, you want to talk about delinquent members, I think.
Yeah, I do. So, as you know, the bylaws state that members who don't pay their dues by February 28th are declared delinquent, and by June 1st, if they don't pay up, they are dropped off the rolls. So this is June 8th. The board met on June 5th, reviewed the list. Here's the situation we have. We started out with about 40 delinquent members. We did several of us did an attempt at contacting these 40 people. Immediately, 17 of the 40 sent their checks in. They just didn't know dues were due. That's not bad. That's about a third, more than a third. We then attempted a second and then attempted a third contact on the remaining members. Of those, 17 were, if you will, no contact. We attempted 3 different times, 3 different ways, phone, email, letters, no response. So we've dropped those 17 people off the rolls. So if you look at the little box store on the back of the sign-in roster, which I typically put there, we have 4, at this point, 4 members who are delinquent, and I'll explain those. And we dropped 17 off the rolls. And that brings us to a membership total of about 212 people. We've been running around 230. We're working on those 4 additional delinquents. We know one we believe has put his check in the mail. It just hasn't gotten to the under end of the mail yet. And so we know one is. There's another one where we got a return on the letter, and of the roughly 35 letters I sent, 40 letters I sent, literally we only had one return, one bad address, and that finally worked its way back through the post office this last week. So I went on QRZ, found a new address, and sent the letter to him at his new address. So we'll see what we do on those other 3, presuming they're in the mail. But if at the end of June they're not there, we're going to have to drop those in accordance with the bylaws. So that's where we are.
I'd like to emphasize that based on what Mike just said, it's very important that all of us keep our addresses and contact information. Blah, 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 blah.
based on what Mike just said, I think it's very important for all of us to keep our contact information current, so that if we do forget to send in our dues, he doesn't send a letter out, or somebody doesn't send a letter out and it gets returned. Just a friendly reminder. Thank you, Mike.
And then one last comment with regards to the 17 people we dropped off the rolls. What would be your guess at their license class? Technicians or extras? So they're SKs? Okay. Well, that's the fact. There was a very few technicians who dropped off the rolls. There were some. I think of the 17, I think there were 5 that were technicians. There was also another, if you will, alarming fact. 8 of the people who joined the club in 2017 chose not to continue with the club in 2018. And so what this exercise has done is, okay, generated a little bit of revenue, fine. Followed the bylaws. That's why we set the bylaws up to be this way. So let's follow the bylaws as they are. But more importantly, we now have an idea of a trend of what the club does on a year-to-year basis with regards to membership. And this will only be useful if we continue to do this in the years in the future. Our typical year recruitment is about 25 new members in a year. Okay? And our typical departures in a year, people leaving the area, whatever, is, I don't know, Ray, maybe 5 or 6. So we've been net positive for a number of years and been growing. In 2018, we've recruited so far in the year, and we're only halfway through the calendar year, we've recruited 42. So there's efforts going on in this club that are underpinning a tremendous growth in our club. The goal is making sure that our club is welcoming and opening to new members. That's the end of my speech.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, and sign the roster.
Yeah, he's passing it around. Some people have walked in since we started passing it around. Did you have a question, Joe? Okay, cool. I have a couple announcements, but first, are there any announcements from the class? Yes, Rebecca. Rebecca just announced that at the Manassas Ham Fest, we made $46 in sales. Is that right? Did I hear that right? Okay, so what that means is Mike is now going to have $46 in signing bonuses for anybody who brings a club member in. Okay, you guys got that too. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Any other announcements before I make mine? Okay, so this club is an active club. What your leadership team wants to do is include as many people as possible in an invested role in the club. And we have, unfortunately, a couple of positions that are really open now. Ray, KJ4CNN, is on the disabled list. And so some of his, right, some people thought he was on the disabled list a long time ago, but I'm sorry, Ray, I couldn't resist that. All right, so his work is being done by several people right now. We want to particularly thank Rachel for being willing to step up and being voluntold to do the videography, which I hope she will be able to start at our next meeting. We have Mike, WA8Z, and Bob, W4RAX, who are taking over some of his other duties, but we need a membership chairman. So I want to invite everybody to think about that as we move along here. We're going to be reaching out to people to take over that work. We also just recently found out that Mel, KW4, the KI4WKZ, and Sheila, KI4WKY, are moving in a couple of, and that means that we need someone to take care of all of the wonderful equipment that belongs to the club. So the good news is that Mel has done all the hard work. We just need somebody to continue to keep track of stuff. So we need someone who's willing to step forward and be in charge of all the wonderful equipment that this club owns. I tried that already. It didn't work. Okay. So that's the end of the announcements. Let's see, it is now 7:40 roughly. Who did the food tonight? Was it you again? Oh, it was Kirk. What? I brought it in. That was a long time ago. So KM4JOA, we want to say thank you in advance for the food. The food's available. Have a snack. But remember this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Remember this. We've got an incredibly exciting and fun event to happen right after the food, so don't go too far away. We're going to have a mock exercise in field day communications here on Sideband. Right here in this room, you're going to see it happen. It's just amazing. Okay. Enjoy your snack, and we'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. That would be 10 till 8. Not going anywhere.